Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying out the Huda Beauty Today I'm going to be trying out the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Baking Powder, Baking and Setting Powder. I have mine in the shade Pound Cake. You get 20 grams for £28 and it's currently available at Cult Beauty and Selfridges in the UK. I think it's Sephora, all the usual places in the US. So 20 grams is a decent amount. I'll have some comparisons somewhere probably up here for you with other well-known baking or setting powders. I love that Huda has brought out a range of shades for all different skin tones. Decided on the shade Pound Cake. At the moment I am around an NC42. Like today I've got on the Estee Lauder Double Wear in the shade Cashew. I kind of thought I should go for the banana bread shade, but I take so long to go through powders because I only really set my concealer areas. I never set my whole face, so it takes me quite a while to get through a powder, and I feel like I'm gonna lose my tan over the next few months, and then I'll have a powder that is probably going to be too dark on me. That's how I kind of felt, so I went up a shade to Pound Cake, which I feel I can use now, and I can use in my winter shade for a more brightened under eye. So I do not bake. I never bake ever. I'm 34 and I feel like less is more, particularly in the under eye area. You know, I do have fine lines, and I feel like the more product you put in that area, the more exaggerated they become and the more aged that area looks. So I have never liked baking. I have tried it with multiple different powders and I've just never liked it. For me, I put a little amount of powder on my damp beauty blender, and that is how I set my concealer there. So I was kind of intrigued. I wasn't going to purchase this, but my favorite setting powder for my under eye area is the Patrick's powder by MAC, and obviously that is limited edition. I can't repurchase it, so I am in the market for a new under eye setting powder. I've seen amazing reviews on this, one from Puffin's wife, my lovely friend Mel, who loved it, and anything Mel loves I want. So yeah, I thought I would give it a go and see, and I've tried it a few times now and I am converted. I cannot believe how good this looks, honestly. I cannot believe it. I really cannot believe I like baking with it, because I never thought I would be a baker in any sense of the word. So without further ado, let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium. I just feel like this is, you know, a staple concealer. Everyone's seen it, everyone knows what it does, everyone knows what it looks like, and yeah, anything weird that happens, we know it's not going to be this. Put that in all of my usual places, and then I'm going to blend that in with my sponge. Yeah, that is my concealer all blended out. I've got my Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation on with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter as a primer, then my Tarte Shape Tape, and I've cream contoured with my MAC concealer like always. Here is the powder. It's got a twist off cap and then this little sort of protecting seal inside to stop the powder spilling out. So I think it'd be really good for travel. It does kind of, I don't know if you'll be able to see that on camera, but it does like sort of poof everywhere when you open it up because it's just such a finely milled powder. It does have a perfumed scent, but it isn't as strong as the foundation, and it hasn't bothered me at all. But if you are very sensitive to scents, or you just hate scents or perfumes in products, it's not going to be for you. So inside it has this sort of mesh, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, and the powder just sits underneath the mesh, and basically you tap it to get the product into the mesh where you put your brush or sponge to get it out. So what I've seen Huda doing is basically putting the powder upside down and giving it a few taps like this, and then unscrewing the lid, taking the little pot out, and you get the little puff of dust, and then you've got a good amount of powder in here. So I'm going to start off just whacking my sponge in. Obviously they do have a brush that comes with this, but I always use a sponge for my powder. So I'm going to put a good amount under my eye. It is quite messy, as in the powder that is going everywhere, but it's not bothering me, not bothering my eyes. And even though there's all that powder kind of flying about, I can't really notice the smell. is, I do like, you know, a lot of people weren't keen on the smell of the foundation, so I kind of thought she would do away with it, but I also quite respect the fact that she's sticking to her guns and her vision for her brand, that, you know, it obviously represents her and she loves the perfume. So there you go, I've kind of packed the most under my eyes and in my chin because that's where I want the most like brightening effect. I've kind of only really put a real little bit on my forehead just here because I don't really want to brighten that much, and I don't really like a really matte forehead either, so I put less powder there. On the bottom of the product, I love, it's upside down. So on the bottom of the product, it basically gives you some brief instructions. It just says pack under the eye, T-zone, corners of the mouth and chin. So I've kind of just done my top lip, down the bridge of my nose, a little bit in the center of my eyebrows, and then I've obviously packed under my eye and my chin, the main baking areas. You obviously can also carve out your contour, but I don't tend to do that really. It then says to let set or bake for 3 to 5 minutes. So I will do that and then we'll be back. Okay, so that has been a full 5 minutes. So I'm now going to use my Dose of Colours Tapered Blush Brush to dust the excess away. I will say that a lot of the excess has just disappeared by itself. I just think it looks so good. It's so smooth. Let me zoom you in as much as possible and turn the lights really down. This is what it looks like really up close. You can still see, obviously I still have lines, yeah, so you can still see that very up close, but I feel like anyone who, you know, was like this distance away, it just looks really flawless, really smooth, really filtered, and it's not feeling really heavy, which I think is huge for people like me who don't like baking or just really don't like a lot of powder in your under eye area. It feels, you can feel it, it's not completely weightless, but it feels really lightweight. I don't feel like it looks heavy or cakey or drying. I think the only way really you would dislike this would be if you are going for a really no makeup because it is quite flawless, quite full coverage. So that is the only way. It doesn't look really mega natural. I love that it's not really matte, it's got like a luminosity to it. It keeps life to the skin, it doesn't really dull those areas. And I think when we've got the heaviest coverage concealer you can get, the fact that I am mid-30s, the fact that I have then baked under my eye, it doesn't look heavy and cakey, it hasn't aged me. In fact, I feel like it's kind of given me more of a youthful under eye area, and no creasing, but obviously with the Shape Tape I don't really get creasing anyway. But yeah, so far so good. I'm just going to take a quick flash photo, finish the rest of my makeup, and then we'll be back. So there's really no flash or bounce back at all happening with this product in flash photography, which is amazing, just not to have to worry about that. You can obviously wear it day or night, and it's not going to cause you an issue in photos, which is fantastico. I have nothing bad to say about this. The only reason you might not like it is if you're very sensitive to scents, just like the foundation. It's not as strong of a scent as the foundation, but it is there. Or if you like a very natural, no makeup look, because it does look flawless and polished and finished. So this isn't kind of one for the people who want to look like they're not wearing makeup. That is the only reason why I can see you not liking this, to be honest. I love it. I can't believe that I love it because, you know, baking and cakey, heavy powders under my eye is just my worst nightmare. Obviously, that is not what this is at all, which is what I think I envisioned it to be. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm a convert. I never thought I would be, but I'm really enjoying it. I've tried this with concealers I don't even like, and it looks amazing. Hope you found this review helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe before you go so I can see you again. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye.